Y'all cannot tell me God is not real. Y'all cannot tell me that. Like, nobody could tell me that.
Oh, I can't even blame you, blame you. Oh, I can't even blame you, blame you.
Hey guys, it's me, Jasmine Z, and welcome back to my channel. If you guys are new here, make sure you subscribe. If you're not new here, you've been watching me and you did not already subscribe, I'm gonna need you to go ahead and hit that button to show your girl some love. But also make sure you comment, like, share, all that jazz. That's really what I'm gonna say every time now, all that jazz. You know, my name's Jasmine. Anyways, make sure you guys also follow me on Instagram because your girl be posting pics on there too. She be looking cute on the gram. Anyways, all right, I'm done. So I figured I would make a video to share with you guys the story of how I got my car supernaturally, or however you want to explain it. Like, basically, God came in clutch. That's really what the moral of the story is. All right, I'm gonna try to keep this short and sweet. Y'all know, if y'all watch me a lot, y'all know I like to ramble, so I'm gonna try to keep this real short. So basically, it's February 2021, right? That's what it is right now, today. I got my car last month, January, and it's really interesting because when I got my car, it was not really like the plan. Like, I was not, you know, really thinking about getting a new car. It wasn't something that was on my mind. It was really just a thought that just came in my head one day randomly. So a little bit of backstory. I got my first car when I was 15. I got it as a gift from my dad. Some of y'all gonna be like, really? How you got a car at 15? Yeah, it happened. Okay, my dad bought me my first car and he picked it out. I had no idea what it was gonna be, so he got me a Nissan Juke. Maybe I'll insert a picture here so you guys, you know for reference what it looks like. It's a cool car. It's nothing's wrong with the Juke. The Juke was cool. The Juke did what it needed to do for me for, you know, several years. It was cool. But now I'm like, shoot, like, I'm about to be 23 in a few months. Like, I'm riding around in a car that I got when I was 15. Like, needless to say, it kind of was cramping my style. But yeah, basically, I kind of just got to the point where I was feeling like, dang, like, this car really does not look like what I look like anymore. I'm riding around looking like I already look young to begin with. So it's like riding around the car like that, people thought I was probably 16, 17. And I'm just like, nope, I'm over here. I'm in my 20s. Yes, I'm legal. Yeah. Anyways, so one day I was just sitting at my desk. I was supposed to be working, but I was taking a break. So while I was on my break, I just thought to myself, I was like, what if I just like get a new car? Because you guys, I've been staying at home for the past year, and over the course of, you know, my time here, I've been able to save up some money. So I was like, okay, you know, I got X amount of dollars in the bank. What could I do with this? Now, long term, I am hoping to purchase a home, but that's like another year away. I was like, okay, I'm not really trying to do that like right now. So I was like, okay, what else could I do? And that's when I thought about, you know, let me just see what I could do if I get a new car. Let me just see. So I'm on my phone looking at cars and whatnot, and for those of you who do not know, my dream car, I guess you could say dream car, because I've never really been a car person to really care that much, but my dream car for now was always a Mercedes GLC 300. I'm still gonna get that one day. It's coming, but not today. So I was looking at that, and then I was just like, let me be a little more practical. I don't want to have to pay for a premium gas. I don't want to have to always take it to the dealership to get it fixed. Like, I was just trying to like really think through it, because I mean, I technically could have purchased that, but I was just like, you know, let me be smart about this. So I was like, dang, I don't even know what cars are. Like, what even type of cars are there? So I ended up talking to my dad about it, and I was like, hey, you know, I'm looking at getting a new car. What do you think? And it was one of those things where I thought he was gonna be like, no, you don't need to get a new car. Your car works just fine. And my car is paid off. My previous car is paid off. Like, I don't have a car note, you know, everything's good. Why would you? I was expecting him to say, you know, why would you get a new car right now? You don't need that. But to my surprise, he was like, okay, well, yeah, if you're gonna get a car, it needs to be this much money. You need to put this much down, It's gonna help your credit, You need to get this and that. And I was like, oh, okay, so I guess you're cool with this. I guess this is a good idea. Cool. So yeah, we talked a little bit. He gave me some ideas and I started looking, you know, looking for my car. Now, again, I'll reiterate, I was not really like pressed about it. It was just an idea that came to me just, you know, like I said, when I was at work one day. It wasn't like I hadn't been thinking about this for a long time. It's just a random thought that came to my mind. So I'm looking, you know, through the course of the day, looking online, trying to see what I can find. And then I came across Ivory. That's my car's name because she's white. I came across Ivory and I was like, dang, like, I really like this car. You know, it has all the features I'm looking for. It's newer because my previous car was from 2013. So I was like, it's newer, it has nice features, it got my sunroof, all the stuff I'm looking for, leather interior, all that stuff. And I was like, okay. And it was in the price range. It was actually the exact price that my dad told me that the car should be, right? So I was like, okay, cool. And it was also at the dealership that's like right down the street from my house. So it was all like lining up, so to speak. But I still was like, all right, you know, yes, I want this car, but again, if it doesn't happen right now, I'm not like pressed because who cares? Like, I still have a working car. I was fine. So, you know, I start to do my research and, you know, find if there's other cars like it, you know, the whole process of looking at cars, and, you know, did my research with like the insurance and how much it would cost and blah, 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 blah. The whole shebang. But at this point, I was still just researching. I hadn't actually gone to see it yet because I think it was like Thursday, maybe Wednesday, Thursday in the week when I was doing all this. So I knew like I would go on the weekend. So for the next couple days, you know, I was just thinking about it, praying about it. And I came to this point of like, you know, I was talking to God and I was like, Lord, listen, I was like, if this is your will, let your will be done. But if it's not your will, okay, like, I'm cool, it's fine. But I was very specific with him because I'm a cheap person, okay? I like discounts. I like to get things, you know, it just gives me satisfaction when I can get, you know, 10% off, 20% off, 15% off. That just makes me feel good to know that I got something for cheaper than it was originally priced. So of course, I was thinking the same thing with my car. Y'all gonna be like, really, Jasmine, you really out here trying to get a car on a discount? Yes, why not? So that's what I told God. I was like, God, listen, yes, this car is, you know, X amount of dollars, and yes, I could afford it like this, but it would really satisfy me more if I could get it for this price, which was like $2,000 cheaper. Again, not that big of a deal, but like still just the satisfaction, like, yes, saving money. So keep that in your mind, $2,000, just keep that number in your head, right? So fast forward a couple days and oh, Friday comes. And this was the week that I was due to get paid. And there was like some stuff going on with my employer or whatever, where it was taking me a little bit longer to get paid this time than normal. So I kind of, you know, I kind of wasn't sure if the money was going to come in. And not to say that I needed this check specifically to afford the car, but it was just the way my brain works. I like my accounts to be a certain way. Y'all might not understand that. You might understand like the money was there regardless, but I just like things to be lined up a certain way. So that was step one. I told God, I was like, God, if it's meant for me to have this car, the first step is I need my money to come. I need this paycheck to come so my accounts are looking exactly how I want them to look. So Friday morning comes, I check my account, the money's not there. And it's, by this point, it had already been like a full week that I was waiting for my money. So I was like, oh shoot. So I was like, well, maybe it's not meant to be. So a couple hours later, you know, I go to check my phone again, and my initial thought was, I was like, yeah, the money's probably not going to be there because, you know, I checked this morning, you know, direct deposit usually hits overnight. So I was like, yeah, it's probably not going to be there. So as I'm, you know, on my phone, going to open up the app to check my account, literally within like the 2 seconds that it was taking me to open up my account, I heard, again, if y'all aren't spiritual, you're gonna think I'm crazy, but I heard like the Holy Spirit kind of laugh at me because, again, I was saying to myself like, oh, the money's not gonna be there. But the Holy Spirit like laughed at me, and he was just like, huh, it's like, oh, you have little faith. Like, why do you have such little faith? Like, why do you not trust? So I opened up my account. Sure enough, the money was there. And I was just like, dang, God, like, wow, he really came through, and I wasn't even expecting that because it doesn't normally happen that way, that the money is in my account. Anyways, so that was step one, check, right? So I was like, okay, Lord, let your will be done. That night I went to bed, prayed about it again, and I was just like, God, if this car is for me, I'm gonna need that $2,000 off. I'm gonna need it so I can be happy, right? So the next day, my dad and I go to see the car. I fall in love, and everything's good. The lady who sold me my car, she was super cool. If you ever see this video, shout out to you. You know who you are, you're real cool. But yeah, so we get to the part where it's time to finance and all that type of stuff, right? I had my numbers in my head of what I knew I wanted to put down and all this stuff and blah, 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 blah. So I didn't explicitly say this, but I was kind of trying to like get at the fact that, you know, could we negotiate this a little bit? Could we, and I told my dad that before we went to the dealership. I was like, hey, you need to know the game plan. The game plan is we're trying to get me whatever money off on this car that I could get. But he was like, no, that's probably not going to happen because it just doesn't happen like that these days. They don't really negotiate a lot because, you know what the value of the neighbors are looking at me crazy. Anyways, you know what the value of a car is, you know, if you do your research online, so they don't really do that anymore. But I was still holding out hope. I was like, no, I'm gonna get my discount, right? So I talked to her and I was just like, yeah, you know, is there any way anything can be done, da 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 da? And she's like, well, you know, we already marked the car down from its original price, which is true because I saw that online. It was originally like a couple $1,000s more expensive than it was at the time. So she's like, yeah, we already kind of marked it down. You know, this is the best price that it is. So I was like, okay. I mean, at that point I fell in love with the car and I was like, I'm already here. I've already invested this time in it and, you know, got my hopes up, might as well go through with it. So, then we got to the part where we talked about my previous car that I was going to trade in. So before, I'm going to rewind a couple of days. When I was doing my research, part of my research was getting like the Kelley Blue Book value of my current car. And again, my car was like a 2013. I knew it was kind of old. It, you know, had some defects here and there, some stuff that went wrong with it. We had to replace a couple of things, whatever. So the value of it was like, it was around $5,000, and I'm giving you guys the exact numbers so y'all can know because I got receipts. I'm gonna show y'all the receipts. So actually, I'm gonna insert a picture here. This was what the Kelley Blue Book value of my car was, and I knew it wasn't gonna be exactly that, but I was honestly expecting like maybe $3,000, maybe $4,000 I would get for it. I really wasn't sure, so I wasn't trying to get my hopes up to say, oh yeah, I'm gonna get $5,000 for my Juke. So yeah. Back to when I was at the dealership, right? So we're talking about my car, and I didn't have the car. I didn't have my car there with me. I didn't have my Juke there with me. And my dad, I think he did it that way kind of by design so that we could just talk about it and they could just give me the value of my car based on a conversation, not really seeing it. That might seem kind of shady. I don't know. But the car wasn't there, so we explained, you know, it has this many miles on it. It's this year, all that stuff. So the lady's like, okay, give me 1 second. Let me talk to my manager. Let me see what I could do. Let me see what I could do. And I was like, okay, girl, see what you could do, right? This is where my God he just had to do his thing. He had to come in clutch for your girl, okay? She comes back sometime later. She shows me the little breakdown of the price and everything. Please tell me why the amount of money that they gave me on my car was not $5,000, but actually $7,000. They gave me $2,000 more for my car than I was expecting, which of course technically brought down the value, or not the value, but brought down the cost of the car that I wanted to purchase by $2,000. Wait. I have the receipts to show you. I already showed you the Kelley Blue Book. Hold up now, wait, let me fold this paper just right so y'all don't see all my information. Can y'all see that? Literally it says right there, what does that say? I hope it's not backwards. Gross trade-in allowance, $7,071. That's how much I got back for my car, you guys. Seriously. The exact amount more that I told God, I said, I want $2,000 off on this car. Couldn't give me $2,000 off on the car, but instead, let me give you $2,000 more on the car you want to trade in. Y'all cannot tell me God is not real. Y'all cannot tell me that. Like, nobody could tell me that. I mean, it's more than just this story, but like, come on, you guys. God is so good. Jesus. And now here I am a month later sitting in Ivory, and I love her. She is so good to me. She sings to me when I turn her on. It's a hybrid car too. So y'all, gas is so cheap in this thing. I pay less in gas in this car than I did in my other car. Like, what the heck? And I can drive twice as much. Anyways, I decided to come on here and tell y'all my story so you guys could be encouraged and know that God is still working. God is still good. He is still out here doing modern day miracles because, yeah, sometimes I really be like not expecting God to come through, and then just to throw me off, he still comes through just to be like, I told you I was gonna come through. So yeah, I hope that was a good story for y'all and y'all enjoyed that. But stay tuned for more videos, from my lovely car. And yes, your girl did change her hair. You know, I'm out here trying to be different these days. But yeah, I'm gonna stop rambling. I hope you guys enjoyed. Again, make sure you subscribe, like, comment, share, all that stuff. Yeah, all right, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.